Hi, welcome back, it's Susan. I've made this lovely card today and I'm going to show you how I've made it. So what I've used is the Bauble Overlays. Now this overlay set is to go on top of the slatted circles and it makes a stunning effect. And of course you can just use it on top of pictures, or like I'm going to do some stamping today on mine. So these are the two that I've used. I've cut them out with silver mirror and the sizes is 10, 8, 6 and 4 centimetres. Of course it's from Craftaddictionuk with my affiliate coupon code Susan5 for that extra 5% off your order. We will be having some stock coming in very soon and I will give you notice when everything's back in stock. So I'm just using some scrap card and I've cut out 2 circles with copy paper that's larger than the inside but not larger than the outside, if you're understanding my meaning with that bauble. So just cut out with those 2 and I'm going to use that copy paper as my mask. So I'm just checking that I'm okay with that width of scrap. And I'm going to put my magnets down because my glass mat is magnetised, which does help. And picking up some Marina Mist. And I'm just going to brush some Marina Mist onto the top part of that circle, just as a sky. And then I've got a smaller circle which I've cut out and I'm going to use that as a moon mask. So doing it half on and half off that circle, just going round. I've not put any other ink on, just using the ink that's on the brush. And that's the look I'm going for. Now at the bottom, I've picked up an old olive ink pad. I'm going to pop a little bit of that, and I really only mean a little bit on that bottom. That's as much as I want to do. So that's for my large bauble, and now I'm going to do 2 smaller ones. I'm not doing any of the green and I'm not putting any more ink on the brush. So the ink that I'm using is just what's on these bristles already. Can't get no easier than that. And just doing it again, not going in the centre, just going round those edges. And that's the look I'm going for to put my stamp on. Pop that in and put that mask back on top. And I've chosen a stamp set by Gina and it's called Whimsey. And I'm going to use the trees in that set. And stamping it out with Versafine Clair Nocturne. I'm giving it some extra pressure, especially around those edges, because it has got that copy paper as well. But of course, if you're using a stamping platform, if you need to go back in, you can. And I'm just going to press that centre. So bringing in the 2 smaller ones. Now with this stamp set, there is some strip dies and I'm going to use 2 different ones for these other baubles. Still in the black Nocturne. And it just gives a lovely effect. So going on to the second one, and I'm going to change the stamp. still in the black. And giving that a good press as well. Now this is a super quick and easy card to make. And I'm making this card for my neighbour. He's a gentleman on his own. He's a no frills gentleman. And I thought, yeah, he's going to love this one. So I've got the dies, which I cut the mask apertures out of, and I'm going to cut those images, and that's going to go onto the back of the baubles. And it's easy just to pop that tape, run it through, go in again, just having that something to anchor to. So with the My Sweet Petunia precision glue press, I'm just going to run a thin bead of glue around that edge. And it is bigger, so if I do wobble, it's no big deal. Lining it up. I'm going to check it from the back, and I am going to slide it up that little touch. And I'm happy at that. So just doing the same around the edge. And then I'll get on to the next one. I just want to say thank you so much for my new subscribers. If you've not subscribed and you still keep watching, which I know a lot do, please subscribe. It's totally free. It is helping my channel to grow, and I do really appreciate it. And if you'd like to join my Facebook page, it's called Susan Creates. It's a private group, so only members see what you post. Now I've decided I'm going to put some of my thread on this card, but I don't want it white. And I've just picked up some Distress Oxide in faded jeans and a finger dauber. I'm going to hold it at the top and just drag that dauber on top of the thread just to colour it in that blue. I'm going to turn it, have a look to see if I've missed any areas from the other side, and go down again. Now normally what I would do is hold it on the actual pad and just pull the thread through, but I'm trying not to mess my fingers up too much today. And that's done, and I hope I've got enough thread. I've picked up an embossing folder, which is a Christmas one, and ran that through. I think it was an unbranded one. And a matte layer, which again is in the blue. I'm just going to arrange these baubles just to see how I'd like them to be placed. I'm going to put my thread through just before I cut any off really, I know that I'm going to have enough there. Tie a knot. I'm going to get my tweezers. Yeah, that's nice. And do the same with that thread to the other baubles. I'm going to judge how much I need before I cut it off. Do the same, tie a knot. And hope now that I've got enough for this last bauble. Oh yeah, that's great. Now, if I was doing this card and I was sending it to a couple or just a lady, what I would do is I could thread some beads onto the thread, and have beads with it. But because my neighbour is a no frills kind of a guy, I'm not doing that. So I'm just having the thread hanging with the baubles on and having a clean blue and white Christmas card. And I'm going to get that bauble in its place before I do anything with the threads. Putting those at different angles. Now I do want to just touch on the website. We have got so much that is out of stock at the minute. We do appreciate you being patient for this update coming. I've not heard anything yet. As soon as this shipment lands, I will put an update on for you. So if there's things that you're wanting, I'm just saying thank you for your patience. And please feel free to use my affiliate coupon code Susan5. And it not only helps you with your savings, it does help me as well. So I really do appreciate it. You're just getting that lined up and putting some tape on again. And that's looking nice. So with that matte layer, I'm just going to glue it down onto that blue card. Now the white panel is 4.5 inches and the blue matte layer is 4.75 inches. And the length of it is, I'd say 6.75, and then the matte blue layer is 7 inches. I've got my base card. Just placing that on. But I've realised I'd got a mucky mark on it. So I've cut another base card and I'm popping some more glue on the back. So all that's left is a sentiment, which I've cut out off one of my sheets that I do on the computer. And with that dauber, just pop in some of the excess ink just on the edge, just to tie in with the design. And I think this makes a great card for a gentleman on his own that don't like a lot of fuss and likes plain things. So just getting that stuck down, and I'm having it in between those two small ones. So I do hope you've liked it. Like and subscribe. I'll leave everything in the description box, so press that more button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.